Welcome to Acquired Taste Media. Make sure you click the link in the bio, like, subscribe, you know what to do. Really appreciate the love. Make sure you guys drop a comment, hit them thumbs up buttons. Really appreciate that. Trying to get up in the algorithm. So, today I'm going to give out some tips and tricks on writing better lyrics. The reason I'm doing this is because I did go and I seen a lot of videos on YouTube about writing lyrics, but I didn't really see anything that really, was giving the game on, writing lyrics. So I think this should be good for everybody who's into music and who likes to, write songs. This is really for songwriters. Like, this isn't, this is for everybody who does music, but this is really for people who write, because I songwrite. I like to write my lyrics. Now, don't get me wrong, I can freestyle and all that, but I prefer to write my lyrics and my songs and stuff. So, anyways, and I know a lot of people who do write their lyrics, and I listen to a lot of artists who send me their music, and, a lot of times, the artists that I feel like are the artists that are not getting the looks that they may want to get, a lot of times, to me, in my opinion, it's because of the lyrics. The lyrics are boring. And the lyrics are boring because, I feel like, as artists, we want to keep it as real as possible. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, if I didn't do it, I can't talk about it. You know what I'm saying? If I ain't got it, then I can't talk about it. And I think as artists, you have to get out of that mentality, because once again, this is an art. It's an art form. It's about being creative. It's about creativity. So you can't, get stuck in that mentality. You have to think outside the box and say, and really think about what your listener, what your consumer, what your fans want to hear. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying they don't want to hear real shit from time to time. But once again, always remember that this is the entertainment industry. This is the music business. So you got to have good music, and you got to be able to entertain people in order for you to be able to have longevity and consistency in this game. So one of the first things I would say is, that I hear with artists is they're not specific in their rhymes when they're writing their lyrics. You have to be specific. Being specific about things helps to paint a more vivid picture to your listeners, right? So, for example, copped a new truck, about to get some new rims. They see me in the streets and they say that's him, right? That's boring, right? That's a boring line, right? Because copped a new truck, about to get some new rims. Okay, that's nice. They see me in the streets and they say that's him. Okay, well, like I say, that line it's a line, but to me, that line is not exciting at all. There's nothing in that line that makes me want to listen to more of your music, right? And this isn't nobody specifically. This is just me using this as an example. But if I was to hear this line in a song, which I have heard lines very similar to this in songs, once again, it bores me, and I pretty much probably change the channel. So, what you should say, or how you should think about, putting your words together is, copped a new Range Rover on some 20-inch rims, riding down Judson, and they say that's him. So I gave you visuals by telling you exactly what I'm in. I told you what I was in. I'm in a Range Rover. I told you what kind of rims I had. I'm on 20-inch rims. I told you what street I was on. I'm on Judson. And that's him. So that's a more exciting line. That line just changed that boring line to a very exciting line, to where I might want to hear what his next line is. So, it's all about trying to make your songs and these lyrics sound as good as possible. And once again, you have to be using words that I'm familiar with, that catch my ear. So let's go to the next one. Took my girl out to eat and she ordered a plate. Left a tip for the waiter because the food was great. Once again, it's just a sentence that rhymes. It's very boring. There's nothing there. Just a sentence that rhymes. So, try this one. Took my girl to Roof Chris and she ordered the steak. Left 100 for the waiter because the food was great. That line sounds way better because I took it from being generic to it being a brand, to it being a brand. I took it from it being a generic line to it being a brand line. Meaning, took your girl out to eat. I took your girl to Roof Chris. She ordered a plate. No, nigga, she ordered steak. I left a tip. No, I left 100 for the waiter because the food was great. You feel me? Like, it's just these little things. And to me, these are little things. I mean, maybe to some of you artists, these might be big things for you. But to me, these are little things that you just could put in your songs to make them sound better. Because, you know, honestly, think about your consumer. Think about your fans. Majority of our fans are people who, you know, get up and grind every day. They get up and hustle. They get up and go to work. They get up and, you know, get to the money. So they don't want to hear about the same struggles that, you know, they going through. Now, don't get me, like I said, there's a place for reality music, and even that has to be done a certain way. But most people want to hear shit that, you know, I want to hear about my aspirations. So, for example, maybe I'm going to work every day and I'm thinking about getting a Mercedes or something. And now you got a song on there and you talking about, yeah, I'm about to get me a new Mercedes. Ooh, that's something I can emotionally relate to because I've been thinking about getting one. So I hear this nigga in the song talking about that shit, make me feel like, make me feel better, or make me feel like, I'm like waiting on the rappers. I mean, once again, these are just different ways that we get through life on a daily basis. What makes us feel good and what makes us happy. And a lot of the music that we listen to, that's why we listen to it. We don't listen to music to become depressed. You know what I'm saying? We listen to music so that we can feel some type of way. Most of the time, it's to feel happy. Now, once again, you can feel depressed if you want to. We got music. There's music for that too. But the music I'm talking about is the music that's going to make people gravitate to you and say, man, I want to hear what this nigga got to say. This nigga talking that shit. So, being specific also, you know, adds an emotional attachment. You know what I'm saying? So, when you're specific about things, you can give people an emotional attachment to what you're saying because, once again, I can relate to it. It's something that I've done, something that I've went through, something that I'm trying to do. I'm trying to buy some new... I just bought my girl some new Louis Vuitton shoes. You know what I'm saying? So I can relate to him taking his girl shopping, going, you know what I'm saying? All this is about being relatable to your consumer and having that emotional attachment so that your listener can be like, yo, I fuck with this nigga. That nigga be talking this shit that I can relate. That nigga, I feel the shit that he's saying. I feel that shit. Niggas gotta feel you. Every time you open your motherfucking mouth to drop a bar, niggas, I gotta feel that shit. So, my mom was using drugs, but my dad was in the streets. It was a struggle as a family didn't have nothing to eat. Now, this is going a little bit more. Now, this is going more into the reality side of shit. Because once again, this is just a line, but this is a line that could be in a song that somebody could say and be like, man, it rhymes. As long as it rhymes, it's cool. Nah, nigga, you can say it better than that. I need to know specifically what the fuck your mom was doing. So, my mom was smoking dope. My dad was a G in the streets. We came up out the struggle, didn't have nothing to eat. So now now, how many people can relate to their mother, unfortunately, maybe, you know, doing drugs or smoking dope or something like that? How many individuals can relate to their fathers being in the streets, being G's in the streets, being gangsters and shit like that? You know what I'm saying? Once again, it's still about the emotional shit. You can even go further and say, you know, my mother was an alcoholic and my father was a G. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just different things are going to hit different people different ways, but it's something that everybody can relate to because you're being specific about what you're saying. You're not saying my mama was smoking substances and she couldn't, you know, it's like, no, nigga, my mom, she was fucking with that shit. You know what I'm saying? So, nigga, she was, you know what I mean? So, the next one. Took my girl shopping. She wanted to buy some clothes. And she got some shoes. Tonight we going to the show. Once again, man. Rhyming words. but they are not exciting at all. They don't make me feel anything, right? Just words that a person is saying. Now, took my girl to Lennox because she wanted some Louis with the red bottoms on her shoes. Take her to the spot, probably the House of Blues. And once again, I read that, but I was trying to make it rhyme because of the way I threw it. So I took my girl to Lennox because she wanted some. I wouldn't even put Louis. I could just take out the Louis and just say, took my girl to Lennox because she wanted some red bottoms. Wait a minute. Took my girl to Louis, wanted red bottoms on her shoes. Take her to the spot, probably the House of Blues, or something of that nature. But once again, it's all about using the words, you know what I'm saying, that are going to excite people. Using the words that people can relate to. Using the words that people aspire to. It's people out there who aspire to have some red bottom Louis Vuitton shoes. There's people out there that aspire to, you know what I'm saying, take their girl to the House of Blues and things of that nature. It might be some people going to the House of Blues on the night that they hear this song. You know what I'm saying? So, bro, it's all, these lyrics are important. You know, I think that in this day and age of everybody, you know, having a studio in their basement and stuff like that, and you see people record and they want to, you know, I've had people come to the studio and tell me they want to sit down and record. Hey, man, can I use the chair? No, nigga, you can't use a chair. What is we doing? Nigga, you can't use a chair until you done sold, you know, until you done went platinum or something, nigga. Like, y'all be looking at these niggas who done sold millions of records already and have a super duper budget to do whatever they want to do in the studio. Okay, you see these niggas sitting down, you know, punching in every other bar and all that other shit. That's lazy to me. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. But y'all see this shit and think that that is the standard. And it's not. That's why you have things called songwriters. Because, no, this is supposed to be a song, not you just getting in there rapping what the fuck you feel. It's about, hey, man, let's structure this song. What this song gonna be about? What are we talking about? Okay, where are we at? Who are we talking to? Like, it's a lot more to making and producing music and songs than I think what a lot of you rappers, you know, do. And that's why a lot of us, you know, aren't as successful as we need to be, because we're not doing the things that we really need to be doing to be successful. You know, a lot of us, you know, we feel like shit, nigga, I put out this song, I put out this, nigga, that shit, you know, a couple niggas said it was fire, so nigga, it's fire. And it's like, you come across an individual like myself who does songwriting, who likes to write songs, who studies music and shit like that. And I'm like, nah, bro, you gotta be a little bit, you know, like this. And niggas get upset and have, you know, attitudes. But it's like, you can have attitude all you want to, bro. I'm just telling you the truth. This ain't no bullshit that I made up, bro. Listen to the hits. Listen to other music to see, okay, well, what's the difference between how I'm coming and how they coming? And nigga, implement that shit. When you realize, okay, oh, they do that, let me start doing that. Or, hey, they did that, let me start doing that. So yeah, man. So don't be scared to talk about what you may not have. A part of music is speaking things into existence as well as its entertainment. So, yeah, I think people also get caught up in the mentality of, oh man, I ain't got no Louis, or I ain't got no Gucci, or I ain't never bought that stuff, so I'm not gonna talk about it. Listen, you better talk about something. Nigga, you better talk about Levi's, you better talk about what you have on. I understand that, I can respect it, but at the same time, you know, there's nothing wrong with talking about what you want out of life. There's nothing wrong with saying, I'm about to get that G-Wagon. You ain't got a G-Wagon yet, you said I'm about to get it. You know what I'm saying? So there's even ways to get around the whole, you know, ego thing of, oh, well, I ain't got it right now, so I ain't gonna talk about it. No, talk about you getting it. Talk about, I'm about to cop this. I'm about to go get this. I'm about to get this bag. I'm about to get this check. I'm about to get 100 million. I'm about to get, you know what I'm saying? You talk about what you about to get, nigga. And you put that shit out into the world. And guess what? You fuck around and get that shit. So yeah, man, you gotta talk about what you gotta pretty much speak shit into existence, man. Your words are powerful. The universe is powerful. You speak the shit into existence, and you'll have the same shit that you was rapping about that you didn't have a year ago. You fuck around and blow up and catch fire. Now all the same shit you was talking about that you didn't have, oh, you got all that shit now. Oh yeah, you got all that shit now. Now you talk about new shit. Now you talk about other shit because you done took it from one level. Now I done got all the little bullshit. Now we about to start talking about traveling, nigga. About to start talking about going to these islands, nigga, kicking it with these bad bitches and shit like that. Smoking big Cuban cigars and shit. Even though I'm not doing that yet, that's the next step though. That's the next move we about to make. So yeah, nigga, St. Bart's, that type of shit, nigga. On them islands, not the Epstein Island though. We don't fuck with that. We don't get down like that. But it's a lot. There's some dope ass islands out there that niggas can visit and just kick it with their bitches. You hear me? So yeah, that's the type of shit. Rap about that shit, man. Put that shit into the world. Put that shit into the universe, and watch it come back to you. Also, you know, when it come to gangster music and rapping about, because you know, being a shooter and shit, because niggas ain't out here on no drill shit for real. But, as long as they're making, you know, gangster movies, as long as they're making gangster video games, as long as gangsters are around, there's going to be gangster music, because gangsters got to have gangster music, right? So, do you have to be a gangster to write gangster music? No. You know how many niggas that wrote gangster songs and then got songs placed in movies and shit, and these niggas ain't gangsters? But what were they? They were good songwriters. Yeah, they could write like a gangster. See, that's the thing about being a good songwriter, is that if you're a good songwriter, you can write about anything. You can take it and be like, oh, you want me to write about some gangster shit? All right, bet. I got some gangster shit for you. Oh, you want me to write about some love? Oh, I can write about love. Oh, you want me to write about heartbreak? Oh, I can write about heartbreak. Oh, you want me to talk about when them niggas robbed so-and-so last week? Oh, I can rap about. That's what writing is. You know, writing is being able to storytell, being able to put whatever you want on paper and then make that shit rhyme and put it out into the world. And once again, when it comes to gangster shit, that is another form of entertainment, man. You know, I rap some gangster rap. I can rap some gangster ass shit, and I ain't been in the streets in over 10 years. But I can still talk about the streets. I still got niggas in the streets. I still know niggas in the streets. I still be around niggas in the streets. So I can still rap about niggas in the streets. And I do rap about niggas in the streets from time to time. I still got that dope talk, nigga. I can still talk about them birds and them bricks, nigga, and them bows, nigga. I can still talk about all that shit, nigga. Talk about busting a nigga inside his head, nigga, and all that. Talk about all that shit, nigga. Kicking in niggas' doors and go, nigga, all that shit, nigga. Run that shit, nigga. All that. We can talk about all that shit because it's music. It's entertainment, man. Get out there and entertain. You hear me? So, appreciate you guys for dropping by. You know, I want to start doing these type of podcasts, you know, giving you guys game on, you know, writing better lyrics, on making better beats, on everything. You know, this podcast is called From Hustler to Headliner. So that's what we're trying to do, trying to take this hustle and start headlining. So make sure you guys, you know, like, subscribe, man, hit the thumbs up button. We appreciate all the love. And yeah, till next time. Peace.